Alright, so what is a Facebook pixel and how can you use it? Let's see. Alright, what's going on guys? Welcome back to this series. Today is probably one of the most important videos because it's leading up to getting us ready to when we can actually start running actual ads, primarily on Facebook and Instagram, which is obviously when you're going to be making the sales and actually making the income or making the money. So today, this whole video is just going to be about a Facebook pixel, what it is, how you can implement it, and why you need to implement it. If you're completely new to internet marketing and to dropshipping and e-commerce in general, I think it's a good point to start just what is a Facebook pixel, okay? So essentially, it's really difficult to explain if you don't have any, I guess, computer programming knowledge, but it's essentially a piece of code that Facebook has provided, which goes on top of your own website. So we've built a store in the previous sections on Shopify, so I'll show you how to implement that now. That's really easy. But essentially it comes from Facebook, it goes on the site, and every time someone comes to the website, it tracks their device ID and it tracks all their cookies to see what person they are from Facebook. So essentially all the traffic that comes to your website gets sent over to Facebook through the Facebook pixel, and then they go ahead and try and find the Facebook profile of that person. Okay, so let's say we run an ad on Facebook or on Instagram, because you must remember when I talk about Facebook pixel, it also means the same thing for Instagram because Instagram is owned by Facebook. Okay, so let's say we run an Instagram ad or a Facebook ad. Now someone clicks on the ad and comes to the store. The Facebook pixel is going to know who that person is because it knows their Facebook profile and it knows their Instagram profile. So then what can happen is it can track everything on your page. Okay, so it can track, did that person add the item to cart? Did that person add the item to cart and then abandon cart, meaning they left the page? Did they go through checkout but not actually press pay? Or did they actually purchase the product? Did they view a certain section of the website but not other sections? So it can get really detailed, which I'll have to do a full video on Facebook ads in the next section, which will go through all that stuff and why it's important. But essentially, if you run an ad and you get 1,000 people to click on it, you want to know, of those 1,000 people, how many added it to cart, how many initiated checkout, and then how many people actually went and purchased it. Alright, so then you can look at those numbers and then figure out if the ad is doing well and if the ad is not doing well. Because if you're getting thousands and thousands and thousands of link clicks and 0 purchases, then that ad is not doing well. So then something is wrong. It can't be the product because people are clicking on it. So they obviously are interested. It must be something on your site that's not working, or the price, and basically by doing that analysis you can go ahead and make the necessary adjustments. Alright, so that's the first thing. The second thing that the Facebook pixel is useful for is creating what's called custom audiences and retargeting. So let's go back, let's try and explain it like a story. So you show an ad on Facebook and Instagram, okay? The person comes and clicks on the ad, goes to the website, and then leaves. Now, why did they leave? It could be because they didn't have their card, or their phone died, or someone distracted them. It doesn't matter, but they have left. But now there's something important here. We have already spent money to figure out that that person has an interest in whatever product we're trying to sell. So the reason why they didn't buy is a little bit irrelevant now because we know that they were interested. So what we want to do is we want to show that person more ads to get them to come back to the store, but we want to change the way we're marketing to them. So the original ad could be explaining the product and why it's good and how it can help them to get their interest going. Now we know that they're already interested in the product. They already understand it, so we don't need to do that anymore. So now the retargeting ad, which is just going to be shown to people that have come to the page and not purchased, needs to be things like, 10 people have bought this product in the last hour and none of them have complained, or that over 1,000 people have purchased it, 99% satisfaction rates. You can answer things around shipping, you could address concerns about problems with payments, or if it's a fairly expensive item, you can kind of argue why it's expensive. And pretty much because you know that they're interested, you can show them tons of different ads So different writings, different images, different text just around that product. And you're not now showing it to an audience of, 1,000 people who are interested in it. You're showing it just to that one person who you already know is interested. Now, the pixel tracks every single person that comes to the site. So it's not just one person. It could be hundreds, it could be thousands, tens of thousands, millions, and that's where it becomes really powerful. Additionally, remarketing is a little bit cheaper than actual marketing, because obviously Facebook doesn't have to show your ad to tens of millions of people. They just have to show it to those people that come to your site already. Right, so that's the retargeting. Then the most important thing is what's called a lookalike audience, or an LLA. Okay, now bear with me. If you didn't understand the previous part, the next video will be a full deep dive into Facebook ads and kind of how to set up your columns and like doing all the setup stuff for it. So it will make a little bit more sense if you've grasped that, but it's really important that you get this implemented today. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. But leading on from it, what we finally want to end up doing with this Facebook pixel is creating those lookalikes. Now, a lookalike audience is essentially, okay, right, now let me explain it a little bit easier. So every person on the internet has a digital signature, okay? A digital signature consists of things like, what do they like? How much time do they spend on certain pages? Are they more interested in motorbikes, or are they more interested in cars? Does this person buy designer jewelry? Does this person buy cheap jewelry? How much income do they make? Have they previously shown that they buy ads? All that stuff, okay? Now, if you have a list of all those digital signatures, okay, now think about this. That list is coming from the pixel, which is the retargeting audience that we explained just now, okay? So now this is very, very important to grasp. All those people should have similar digital signatures, right? Why? Because you're showing them a product. If you're showing them a product for, let's just say, a very, very cheap piece of jewelry, technically, every single person that came to the website to look at it should at some point be interested in cheap jewelry. If they weren't interested in cheap jewelry, they wouldn't have clicked on the ad and they wouldn't have come to your site in the first place, okay? So now you have a list of different digital signatures, but with similarities which relate to the product and the website that you are trying to sell. So now a lookalike audience, Facebook is going to go and take all that data and all those digital signatures and try and find ones which are looking alike or very similar but not already in your list. So to put it in simple terms, if you have a list of 1,000 people, Facebook will go find another 1,000 people that have similar interests, similar previous spending patterns, and similar profiles to those people, but have never ever heard of your page or clicked on your brand and are definitely not in that list. So essentially, it's a way to get your list from 1,000 to a couple of million while not losing the precise targeting and data signatures which you have built up. Okay. Now, I do know that it sounds really complicated and really complex, but I promise you it's not. It's actually really, really simple. A lot of that stuff is done by Facebook. You literally just have to press a couple buttons to get it kind of working and stuff. But it's important that you first understand what it is, why we're doing it, and kind of the long-term vision of it. Okay. It's also really important that you get it set up now from day one, so that as soon as you're running ads, you're just capturing data, because you never want to spend a whole lot of money and not have any data, because then pretty much you've wasted that money, right? Because you can't use it again. Okay, so I'm going to jump into my laptop and I'm going to show you on our previous store how you can actually get it set up really, really quickly. Okay, so first things first, this is the Shopify store that we set up in the previous part. You want to go get into your dashboard, okay? Then you want to go into online store. You want to go down to preferences, and you will see here that there is a Facebook pixel page, okay? Now I'm going to put the website link up here, but it's essentially business.facebook.com. All right. So if you just search on Google Facebook Business, I'm sure you'll get it. But you want to open up Facebook Business. It's going to ask you to create a business profile. You don't have to pay for anything at this point.
It's just going to ask for things like your name of your business. I think it will ask what kind of industry your business is in and stuff like that. So you want to go ahead and fill that in. Once you are in Facebook Business, you want to click these 3 lines here at the top. This menu will come up. Under Events Manager, you want to then click on Pixels, okay? Now, you'll see that there are tons and tons of partner integrations that you can set up here. Now, if you click on these 3 things, like if you click on reusing Shopify, it will show you how you can go ahead and set it up. It will give you some case studies on what people have previously said. Here, this is what we talk about: build custom audiences, measure your results. So it's just you can go ahead and you can learn more and see how the pixel has helped these people in their businesses, and it will give you a little bit more of an understanding if you didn't understand what I explained earlier. Alright, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to say add new data source, Facebook pixel. This will pop up. Here you're going to want to enter a name for your pixel. So what I would do is just take whatever your store's name was, so just put your store and then just say pixel, alright, and then just say create. Now I've already created this, and in this account I actually have tons of client pixels, so I can't show you that. So I'm going to cut to the page where once you've created the pixel, it will then show you this. Right guys, so once you've created a page and once you've clicked on it, it will then show you this. Now this is a really new pixel that I created ages ago. I was just using it for doing some tests, and then I kind of stopped using it, which is why it's kind of flatlined. But this is the page that you should see, or something similar to it. Now the most important thing somewhere on that page is the pixel ID. Okay, so it's this long number. Essentially you just want to copy it. You'll see it will say text copied. You're then going to go back into Shopify. You're going to go here and you literally are just going to paste it and press save. Okay, and that is it. You've got a working Facebook pixel. It's installed on the Shopify site, so whenever someone comes there, it will be tracking them. And now you're pretty much ready to run ads to the site, capture all that data, run retargeting ads, build custom audiences, then build lookalikes, and then scale into the lookalikes, which is what we will get to just now. But that is pretty much it for installing it and getting it set up. I think it's pretty easy. The understanding of why it works and how it works might take you a little bit of time to grasp, but the implementation, which is the most important thing, is really simple. So yeah guys, I will see you in the next episode of this series.